I grew up in Rochester, Michigan, and I think I liked where I grew up. I think it kind of shaped me as a person. It's what brought me to New York. Overall, it was a really good place for me to grow up. My favorite thing about Michigan, oh, I love this question, because I love Michigan. My town got a little traumatic for me at times because of some things I had to face there, but like the state itself, one of the best places I think anyone can live. We get all 4 seasons very intensely. We have a very chilly fall, a very, very, very cold winter, a nice breezy spring, and a very hot summer. And we have the Great Lakes, which are basically oceans, so I feel like I live at the ocean. And we have the Upper Peninsula and Mackinac Island, which is beautiful. Like, there's really no reason to ever leave unless you're like fleeing and running away to a big city, like I did. Growing up, I played competitive soccer and basketball in high school. It taught me 2 very different things. Soccer taught me that soccer is what I did all growing up. Like, that was my main sport, so I ended up having to quit soccer for health reasons, and my mental health wasn't really good playing soccer my whole life, so it taught me that I can get through hard things, as well as soccer wasn't my whole personality, which is when I became a lot more into basketball, and basketball taught me a lot about my life, how to be competitive, how to work as a team, and a lot of leadership skills. It was just like a long-going beef that something needed to be done, and that was the district final game. And we were already losing by 12. There was no hope. And I actually did get thrown out of that game. Shopping and working out. I like shopping because it's like retail therapy for me. I like playing like a character in fashion a lot, and I like working out because it's good for my mental health. It helps me release stress, anxiety, etc. Especially living in New York, I think a small thing that I like to see is like old love, or like elder people walking around the city, because it makes me think of like a crazy life they had here once, or like maybe once they were my age, or something along the lines of that. And coffee. Coffee makes my day every single day. I look forward to drinking my coffee each morning, and if I don't start my morning with a coffee, it's a bad day. My major is advertising and marketing communications, and I think what inspired me to do this was probably when I was in high school, nothing interests me, like other majors, engineering, finance, none of that interests me, but I took a few classes in high school that was like about social media, advertising, marketing, like elective classes, and those were always my favorite, and that's how it sparked my interest to make it into a career. My dream job is to work at a PR firm in a big fashion house. Like, my actual dream job is to be on the PR team at Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren's been my favorite brand, like marketing wise or like advertising wise, forever. And it's one of those brands, sometimes like I'm not into the like too luxury is too luxury. Like, I'm into more of like the vintage 90s core of things, and I feel like Ralph Lauren's that one brand that just feels like cozy, vintage, like, I don't know, it feels like an owned brand to me. My favorite thing about the fashion industry, it's such a loaded industry. Like, there's so much you could do, but there's so many people, so many creative minds, so much drama, so much clothes and bags and shoes. I love shoes and jewelry and everything. It's a very glamorous yet not so glamorous industry, and I think there's like room for everyone. It's an industry that there's room for everyone in, which I think is really cool. The thing that excites me most about my career path is probably being able to be creative and being able to voice my ideas and use my knowledge to come up with ideas with people who have been doing it. A project that I'm currently proud of is probably the internship I'm working for right now. I'm working for a company called The Berry Collective, and when I started working for them 3.5 months ago, our follower count, I run their social media accounts, and our follower count was at 650 something, and now it's over 1100. When I was forced to quit soccer after playing my whole life because of an injury, I could no longer play, and after quitting, I didn't really know what to do with my life, because that was my life for like the last 11 years. So I kind of fell into this hole of like, now what? And I didn't really know what to do, but because of that, it brought me here. This is my mother, because she's let me follow my dreams since day one and let me flee to New York and go to fashion school. But like career-wise, I would say, even though she's a fictional character, my inspiration is Rachel Green. I think my biggest challenge that I had to overcome was learning how to not procrastinate. I had a really hard time with that after COVID, like not caring as much about my academic journey. I think that's because I faced a really hard time during COVID. It was kind of hard after being online school for so long and being able to look up everything on the internet. It was really hard for me to come back and like want to learn again. Something that motivates me to keep going when I'm faced with challenges is definitely like me reminding myself that this was my younger self's dream. Like I think about how much my younger self wanted this, and now that I'm here trying to pursue it, that's usually what keeps me going, knowing that I'm making myself proud.